Imagine stepping into a lush forest, the crisp air filling your lungs as the sunlight filters in through the canopy above. That gentle crunching of leaves beneath your feet, and that distant melody of birdsong filling your ears. You take a deep breath, feeling the tension in your shoulders release as you exhale. This isn't just a casual stroll. It's Shinrin-Yoku, or forest bathing, a practice that has taken the Western world by storm. But how did this Japanese concept become a global wellness phenomenon? In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating journey and the wonderful world of Shinrin-Yoku. From its roots in the 1980s in Japan to its current status as a cornerstone of wellness culture in the West. Here's what you can expect in today's video. We'll explore the origins of forest bathing and the scientific research that supports its health benefits. We'll also learn about its practice and how it made its way across the oceans, captivating the minds of wellness enthusiasts, celebrities, and health professionals alike. We'll examine how Shinrin-Yoku has been adapted for urban environments and integrated into healthcare systems. And also, we'll look at the future of forest bathing and its potential role in addressing modern health challenges. So whether you're a nature lover, a wellness enthusiast, or you're simply curious about global trends, this journey through the world of Shinrin-Yoku promises to be an eye-opening exploration of our relationship with nature in the 21st century. So put on your virtual walking shoes and let's step into the forest together to uncover the story of how a simple Japanese practice is reshaping Western approaches to health and well-being. To understand the rise of Shinrin-Yoku in the West, we need to journey back to 1980s Japan. Picture a nation in the grips of an economic boom. Cities were expanding rapidly, technology advancing at breakneck speeds, but this progress actually came at a cost. As more and more Japanese people moved from the rural areas into the urban areas, stress levels skyrocketed. The term karoshi, or death from overwork, entered the national vocabulary. It was in this context that the Japanese government recognized a growing disconnection between people and nature, and they decided to act. In 1982, the Forest Agency of Japan launched a national health program centered around what they call Shinrin-Yoku, or forest bathing. This concept was simple, yet quite profound. Encourage people to spend time in forests, using all of their senses to connect with nature. It wasn't about exercise or hiking, but about being present in the forest atmosphere. This wasn't just a feel-good initiative. The Japanese government invested millions of yen into researching the health benefits of forest bathing, and the results were nothing short of remarkable. Scientific studies began to show that spending time in forests could significantly reduce your cortisol levels. That's the hormone associated with stress. But it doesn't stop there. Researchers found that forest bathing could boost your immune function, could lower your blood pressure, and could even improve your sleep quality. One of the most fascinating discoveries was the role of cytokinins. These are antimicrobial compounds released by trees and plants, essentially the forest's natural defense system. When we breathe in these cytokinins during our forest bathing sessions, they appear to boost our own immune system, increasing the activity of what's known as natural killer cells, or NK cells, and those help fight off infections and even cancer. A landmark study in 2010 compared the effects of walking in forests versus walking in urban areas. The results were clear. A 15-minute walk in the forest led to a 16% decrease in cortisol levels, a 2% drop in our blood pressure, and a 4% drop in heart rate compared to walking in an urban environment. But perhaps, more intriguingly, the benefits of forest bathing seem to last. Research has shown that a weekend of forest bathing can improve your immune function for up to 30 days afterwards, a month afterwards. It's as if our bodies were designed to thrive in natural environments. And even brief exposures have had long-lasting effects. This growing body of scientific evidence didn't just validate the practice of Shinrin-Yoku in Japan. It laid the groundwork for its spread across the globe, offering a nature-based remedy to the stresses of modern life that would soon capture the imagination of the West. Have you ever tried forest bathing or spending time in nature to de-stress? Share your experiences in the comments below. As we entered the new millennium, the West was primed for a practice like Shinrin-Yoku. Stressed out urbanites were increasingly seeking natural remedies and mindfulness practices. It was into the receptive environment that forest bathing made its Western debut. The concept began to gain traction in the early 2000s, largely through books and wellness retreats. In 2012, the publication of Your Brain on Nature by Ava Schlaub and Alan Logan brought the science of nature's impact on health to a wider audience. But it was perhaps King Lee's 2018 book, Forest Bathing, How Trees Can Help You Find Health and Happiness, that truly catapulted Shinrin-Yoku into the Western mainstream. Wellness retreats, always on the lookout for the next big thing, began incorporating forest bathing into their programs. Luxury resorts from California to the Swiss Alps started offering guided forest therapy sessions, positioning Shinrin-Yoku as a must-try experience for the health-conscious traveler. As often happens with wellness trends, celebrities and influencers played a crucial role in boosting the popularity of forest bathing. Gwyneth Paltrow's wellness brand Goop features articles on the practice. Julia Roberts mentioned it in interviews. Even Justin Bieber was spotted engaging in what paparazzi described as meditative forest walks. This celebrity endorsement, coupled with the shareable, Instagram-friendly nature of forest bathing, led to a surge in popularity. Suddenly, social media feeds were filled with images of people peacefully communing with nature, often accompanied by hashtags like #forestbathing and #Shinrin-Yoku. But here's where it gets really interesting. As forest bathing gained popularity, it began to evolve and adapt to Western environments and lifestyles. Not everyone, after all, has easy access to a forest. And this is where we enter the concept of park bathing. Urban dwellers began applying the principles of Shinrin-Yoku to city parks and green spaces. The idea was the same, mindful immersion in nature, but adapted to an urban context. Cities like New York and London started offering guided park bathing sessions, making the practice accessible to millions of city dwellers. For those without even a park nearby, the concept of indoor plant therapy emerged. This involved creating mini indoor forests with houseplants, using essential oils with forest scents, and even virtual reality forest experiences. While not quite the same as being in a real forest, these adaptations allowed people to incorporate elements of forest bathing into their daily lives, no matter where they lived. The Association of Nature and Forest Therapy, founded in the United States in 2012, began training and certifying forest therapy guides, helping to standardize and professionalize the practice in the West. By 2020, they had trained over 1,000 guides in 55 countries. This Western adoption and adaptation of Shinrin-Yoku demonstrates its versatility and broad appeal. From luxury forest retreats to urban park walks and indoor plant corners, The core principle of mindful connection with nature has proven remarkably adaptable to a variety of settings and lifestyles. If you're finding this deep dive into Shinrin-Yoku fascinating, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more explorations into this global wellness trend. As we've seen, forest bathing has come a long way from its origins in 1980s Japan. But what does its future look like in the West? And how is it shaping our approach to health and well-being? Great questions. Let's explore. One of the most significant developments in recent years has been the growth of certified forest therapy guides and dedicated programs. Organizations like the Association of Nature and Forest Therapy Guides and Programs has established rigorous training protocols, ensuring that forest bathing guides' experiences are both safe and effective. This professionalization of forest therapy has led to its integration into various sectors. For instance, some forward-thinking healthcare systems have begun incorporating forest bathing into their treatment plans. In Scotland, doctors can now prescribe nature experiences, including forest bathing, as part of a pioneering green prescription program. The corporate world, too, has even taken notice. Companies like Patagonia and REI have introduced forest bathing as part of their employee wellness programs. Even tech giants like Amazon and Google, perhaps recognizing the irony, have started offering forest therapy sessions to help their employees disconnect and de-stress. But perhaps the most exciting potential for forest bathing lies in its role in addressing the growing mental health crisis. As rates of anxiety and depression continue to rise, particularly in urban areas, forest bathing continues to offer an accessible, drug-free complement to traditional therapies. In a 2019 study published in Scientific Reports, found that spending just 2 hours a week in nature was associated with significantly better health and well-being. Forest bathing, with its emphasis on mindful engagement with nature, could be a key tool in helping people reach this beneficial threshold. Moreover, in our increasingly digital world, forest bathing represents a much-needed opportunity to connect with nature. Richard Louv, author of The Last Child in the Woods, has coined the term nature deficit disorder to describe the human costs of alienation from the natural world. Forest bathing could be part of the antidote, helping to rebuild our innate connection with nature. And looking to the future, we can expect to see forest bathing becoming increasingly mainstream. It's likely to be integrated more fully into healthcare systems, prescribed alongside traditional treatments for stress, anxiety, and depression. We may see more urban planning initiatives designed to facilitate forest bathing, with cities creating dedicated spaces for the practice. Technology, rather than being at odds with forest bathing, may also play a supportive role. We're already seeing apps that guide users through forest bathing experiences, and this trend is likely to continue, making the practice more accessible to those who might be intimidated by the idea of wandering alone in nature. There's also potential for forest bathing to play a role in environmental conservation efforts. As more people experience the benefits of time spent in forests, there may be increasing support for protecting and expanding green spaces. However, as forest bathing grows in popularity, it will face challenges. There's a risk of commercialization diluting the essence of the practice, or of it becoming just another passing wellness fad. The key will be in maintaining the simplicity and the authenticity that makes forest bathing so powerful. The future of forest bathing in the West looks bright. From healthcare to corporate wellness, from urban planning to conservation efforts, this simple practice of mindful immersion in nature has the potential to profoundly impact how we approach health, well-being, and our relationship with the natural world. As we face challenges of the 21st century, from mental health crises to ecological threats, forest bathing offers a reminder of our deep enduring connection to nature. And in that connection, we may find not just health and happiness, but a path towards a more balanced and sustainable way of living. From its humble beginnings in Japan to its current status as a global wellness movement, Shinrin-Yoku has transformed how many in the West view their relationship with nature. As we face increasing urbanization and digital overload, the simple act of immersing ourselves in forests may be more crucial than ever for our well-being. As we've ventured through the forests of this topic, we've traced the remarkable path of Shinrin-Yoku, from its roots in 1980s Japan to its flowering progress as a global wellness phenomenon. What began as a government initiative to combat the stresses of rapid urbanization has grown into a practice that resonates deeply with people from cultures and continents around the world. Forest bathing has shown us that in our high-tech, fast-paced world, sometimes the most profound innovations are in fact the simplest. A return to nature, a reconnection with our most basic human experiences. The rise of Shinrin-Yoku in the West is more than just a wellness trend. It's a reflection of our collective yearning for balance in an increasingly unbalanced world. As our cities grow larger and our screens grow smaller, as our lives become more digital and our connections more virtual, the forests offer a vital counterpart, a space to slow down, to breathe, and to simply be. The science behind forest bathing has given us a new appreciation for the healing power of nature. It's shown us that the forests aren't just beautiful. They're an integral part of our health and our well-being. The sights released by the trees, the negative ions in the forest air, the fractal patterns of branches and leaves, all of these elements speak to something deep within us, calming our minds and reinvigorating our bodies. But perhaps the most powerful aspect of Shinrin-Yoku is how it's changing our relationship with nature. In a time of urgent environmental changes, forest bathing reminds us of our profound connection to the natural world. It's not just about what nature can do for us, but about rediscovering our place within the larger ecosystem. As we look to the future, the continued rise of forest bathing offers us hope. Hope that we can find ways to balance our technological progress with our need for natural connection. Hope that we can address rising rates of stress and mental health issues with solutions that are both innovative and ancient. Hope that by reconnecting with nature, we might also reconnect with essential parts of ourselves. In the end, the story of Shinrin-Yoku is a reminder of a simple yet powerful truth. We are part of nature, and nature is part of us. In the quiet of the forest, in the gentle rustle of the leaves, and the soft play of sunlight through the canopy, we find not just healing, but home. As we face challenges of increasing urbanization and digital overload, the practice of forest bathing offers us a path, a winding, leaf-strewn path back to balance, back to health, and back to ourselves. In the simple act of immersing ourselves in the forest, we may have found a key not just to individual well-being, but to a more harmonious way of living on this planet that we share. So the next time you feel overwhelmed by the pace of modern life, remember one thing: the forest is waiting. Step in, breathe deep, and let nature work its timeless magic. In doing so, you'll be part of a growing movement that's not just changing individual lives, but it's potentially reshaping our collective future. So are you ready to try some forest bathing yourselves? Well, check out the links in the show notes for a guided session, free. We call it Rewild. And don't forget to share this video with someone who you think could use a little nature break. Until I see you in our next one, remember I love you, and I'll see you in the forest.